Literacy Day event in New York. What treated topic of advocating for literacy, and what can we as students here do to advocate for an issue that seems geographically, politically, and financially out of our control?
Thank you. Like we said about this issue of literacy is not at the micro level. Well, let me put it this way. In each level, we ought to do our part. Part of it, like I said, I wouldn't be here today without my dedication, without my friends, without teachers, without people that support me. So this is like a global problem, and what we did at the United Nations was invited everybody and the ambassadors. Go back to your country, go back to your village, I don't know, go back wherever it is, be the ambassador. And I was presenting with Mrs. Bush because she's the ambassador to the United Nations. So the point here, it could be you or me, that I remember yesterday when you told me, I couldn't miss it because my heart is there because I lived it. And like most of the panelists say today, I was not dumb. It's because there's many external factors such as war, such as this. I live in the world. I have no time to even sit down and learn whether I have a good teacher or not. So these things could be part of it. It's whatever that particular government is, they have to step up to the millennium goals. They have to do their part, and as an international community, we ought to do our part. So for me, I cannot believe today if I'm doing a PhD at University of Florida, I have to be honest. I never honestly dream of that. And so if I can do it, there's no reason, I don't care whether it's in Guatemala or in Africa, those kids can do it. And we sometimes, we the society just say, oh, you won't understand. But we never give them the chance, the tool, the resources they need. And I don't know what to say, but I just said I cannot believe myself when I call my friend, I graduated from high school. Like you? Oh, college. You? No, they don't believe it. But the point is, we ought to be the ambassadors at each level. That's why I'm saying here, we're few, okay? University of Florida is huge. Trust me. I've been here for a few months, but it is huge. But if you look at this thing, there's not a many people because we don't take this issue seriously. And we ought to take this seriously if we can impact one children like me. It's one at a time. We're not going to change the whole world at one time. It's just one at a time. Okay, so what can we do? We need to be ambassadors. We need to tell what is the true facts about the literacy. You heard from the experts from different angles. This one is a truly issue for our nation. To even communicate, I feel like my own little testimony. I was about 6 or 7 when my parents were killed, okay? I was forced to Ethiopia to walk more than 1,000 miles. Where in the whole world do you just find time to study when there's instability? So back to the oppression. I feel like the reason this thing happened to us in Southern Sudan is because we were being oppressed, because once you are, if you are illiterate, you don't do nothing. Now no one can take advantage of anything. I will be able to speak for myself, no or yes. No, I don't like that. But sometimes we have this, I could literally go to my village right now, for example, and I just start making something up and I say this, they believe, oh, you are very intellectual and da-da-da. They cannot question you. And with illiteracy, with literacy, you have that kind of reasoning. Wait, why is this happening? You have to question. And this is why the oppression come in, because you don't know what people will take advantage of you. So this is an issue for the whole world, and we need to address it now. It's very urgent, but it's very, very important topic that we can be ambassadors, and we can do so much that next year we hope this room is full of many experts, and also it's full of students to actually address this issue. And so I think we ought to be an ambassador and tell the statistics. 800 million is a lot of people, folks. It's a lot of people. And my heart just goes there because I lived it. I remember when I was in high school. I came and they say, by the way, you're 15 years old. Okay, you're a sophomore. Honestly, sophomore, I don't even know what is sophomore. And then the first class I went to was Shakespeare. Thou shalt be aware of Macbeth. Are you kidding me? I have to be honest, and for the teachers, I missed 8 years of school, elementary, to be like, to even communicate with the teacher. And every 2 seconds, I'm raising my hand because I couldn't understand. I'm like, what is that? I love to talk, as you can tell. I'm like, what does that mean? And the teachers, fed up because you have 8 hours to teach other students. By the time 8 hours is up, here's Jacob still asking more questions. And so I feel like people call me like, you're really stupid. And back in the day, in 8th grade, didn't you learn this? And I said, when at the 8th grade, I was running away from the lions. I was running away from the crocodile. I was being shot at. It's not my fault. But again, it can be done with those teachers. It can. Immigrant health or immigrant language or illiteracy. I've been there when she was talking. I was like, stop describing me, because I went through that. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a hand gesture and this, and I assume what he said might be true. It's just guessing. So it's for your own sake, for my own sake, it was very important to challenge myself to the next level. And here I am, talking to you in English and in Dinka. So anyway, the point is, it can be done. So if there's a children in different country, I could tell them, look, I've been there. So don't think that it cannot be done. It might take a little longer, but it can be done. So if I can do it, any kid in the whole world, I guarantee they can do it. And we sometimes just put them aside. They won't understand the immigrant, they are illiterate, but we need to embrace them. The only way I succeed at this level as of right now is people pushing me to the next limit to help me. So we need to do our part. I need to do my part. You need to do your part. So I thank you for that.
Let me add something to what Jacob said, because I really think it's important when he said you have to be an ambassador. But sometimes you're sitting there saying, well, what is an ambassador? And, do I have to go to the United Nations or whatever? But I think all of us here in the panel share something, and that's that we've done this. We've taught people to read and write. We've been on the ground. And that's a challenge I'd like to have all of you take home tonight. Each one of you, if you spend this next year some way teaching somebody how to read and write, I guarantee your life will never be the same.
Yes.
And that you'll have direction in your life, you'll have inspiration in your life. And you don't have to go to Guatemala or Sudan or Ethiopia or Italy or wherever. You can do it right here in Gainesville. And I'm sure Maria and others can tell you about programs. There's adult literacy programs around here that they're looking for people to help teach. You can easily get involved with migrant education and do literacy. But I think on top of everything else that you're doing as students and as professionals and things like that, if you make a little promise to yourself saying, between now and September 8th, 2012, there's somebody who's going to know how to read and write, because I'm going to help them on that journey. I think the 15, 20 of us who are here, you can really make a difference, and it takes a little bit of will. And after you've done it, it's going to be a lot easier to convince a community, a country, a donor. I went to Bill Gates Sr. and I said, I'm trying to do something for Guatemala. And he said, Guatemala, where's that? I'm interested in Asia and Africa. And I started talking about Guatemala, and I said, you, Bill Gates Sr., can raise the literacy rate of that country with that $30 per child. I have multiplied out how many children, things like that. And I said, make a difference. Do some dollars for scholars here. He didn't do it. but I had the drive to go in and talk to him, because I had taught somebody how to read and write. I taught an adult Mayan person how to read and write in his own language. And that stayed with me my whole life, and it's given me the drive to do something.